Hi, my name is Olivia Platt and I'm an independent consultant with Arbonne International. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of information today on why I started my business and how I actually run it. So when I was shown a really similar presentation to this, I realised that this was just something I couldn't ignore. It was something that I needed in my life, and so I just want to be able to share that with as many people as possible. So basically about 2 years ago, my sister gave me a call and said that she was starting her own Arbonne business. So I'd already been using Arbonne products for a few years, and so I was familiar with the company, but I also had my preconceived ideas as to how the business was actually run. And I was, look, I'll be honest, I was really disappointed with the fact that she said that she wanted to start an Arbonne business. I was quite dismissive of her and really didn't want to listen to what she had to say. I did sleep on it, and I contacted her the next day and just said, look, you know, you're my sister. I'll definitely, I'll have a listen to what you've got to say, and we'll go. And I said, look, I'll buy products through you, but that's about it. Once I heard this presentation, I realised I didn't want to miss out. I realised I was doing it anyway, and I just wasn't being paid. So it's a really exciting time, I suppose, for me, because I do get to work with my sister. And I suppose now I have been in the business for 2 years. I'm really excited about where it's going to take me and my family. I am really keen to get my foot in the door and really get started in the UK. We would love to be able to visit there once a year, and Arbonne's really a perfect base for us to be able to do that and really get going and be able to support people over there, but also you know, just be able to provide an opportunity for people to just see that there, you know, that there is another way, and that there is another way to earn an income without having that compromise that unfortunately so many of us do. So I'll basically talk about how the business is run. So Arbonne, just to give you some background, it's now a 36-year-old company. It was created by a Swiss entrepreneur, Peter Mork, in Switzerland. He wanted to create pure, safe and beneficial products for the world, and he recognised in 1980 that, you know, Switzerland wasn't the best place to launch the business, so he moved his family to the US in 1980, and it stayed in the US until 2006 when it was launched into Canada, and then back in 2007 it was launched into Australia and the UK. Since then it has gone into Poland in 2014, and I'm really excited that it's actually going to New Zealand and Taiwan later this year. So there is that global opportunity for the business, with not necessarily people that you know in the UK, but those other countries that it is in and going to, and obviously what's to come in the future is really exciting as well. So there's the generous compensation plan, which I'll touch on later. Also the opportunity for the business to be willable, which is something that really excited me, and I'll go through that too. So that is a little bit about Arbonne. I suppose, what is network marketing? Everybody may not be familiar with it, and all I think is it's word of mouth advertising. It's something that everyone does every single day, whether they're recommending a good book, a restaurant, it might even be a service like a plumber or electrician. You trust your friends when you ask for that advice, and it's really similar with Arbonne, where I talk to people about products that I use on an everyday basis, and then they may choose to do the same, use those beautiful products as well. So if I try to compare it to a traditional retail model, that's where your product starts at the manufacturer, goes through the wholesaler, the warehouser, the sales force, which includes all your advertising, finally to the retailer before it hits the consumer. So think about all of those people who are being paid on every single step along that way in the retail model, and how much you as the consumer would be paying for that process instead of the actual product. So with network marketing, it's different. It goes from the manufacturer straight through the consultant to the consumer. So all of that money not being spent on advertising, which basically the consultant, like myself, is doing the advertising for Arbonne. All of that money being saved is actually being put back into paying the Arbonne consultants really well, and also back into developing the products further to make them far superior to everything else on the shelf. So it's really exciting. And look, for me with network marketing, one of the things that really jumped out at me was just that flexible schedule. I have 3 children. I've got a husband. He's got his own business. It was something I needed to find something that was going to work for us, and basically I can work when I want, and however many hours I want a week around what we've got going on. So some weeks it might be less and some weeks it might be more. So, and there really is that ownership of your own business. It's really satisfying to know that I'm not answerable to anybody but myself, and just being able to take a holiday whenever I want and not have to, plan it, weeks or months in advance is really satisfying. So it really is a lifestyle choice for us and our family. So I'll talk a little bit about the products. So all of the Arbonne products have plant-based formulations. They're the highest quality ingredients from around the globe. They're pH correct and hypoallergenic, and they're all vegan certified, which is really hitting that marketplace demand right now. They're dermatologist tested, they're clinically proven, never tested on animals, never have and never will. That's from the beginning, and also built on that Swiss heritage to global standards that I mentioned before with the founder, Peter Walk. So it's also what's not in our products. So there's no gluten, which again, it's hitting marketplace demand right now. More and more people are becoming aware that they're gluten intolerant or celiac. There's no petroleum, there's no animal products or byproducts, there's no formaldehyde donating preservatives, chemical dyes and fragrances, artificial sweeteners, colours or flavours, and no parabens. So all of those nasties that unfortunately are sitting in a lot of our products on our supermarket shelves or at the chemist, Arbonne, they don't have them in the Arbonne products. So they really are those pure, safe and beneficial products for me and my family to use. So basically, if you're looking at any type of business, you want to know that there is marketplace demand and you want to know that the products are consumable. That's just business 101. So we're really lucky that Arbonne sits in that. And this is really the slide where the penny dropped for me. And I think if you look at it, everybody takes a shower every day and everybody uses these types of products every day, whether it be deodorant, toothpaste, sunscreen, body wash, shampoo, conditioner. There's over 450 products that Arbonne have, and all of these products are being used by the everyday person every single day. So what happens is that those products get used, they get washed down the drain, and then people rebuy them every single month. So these are non-negotiable products within your life. So you're not going to turn around and go, I don't have spare money this month, I'm not going to buy soap or I'm not going to buy toothpaste. That's just not going to happen. These are products that need to be purchased. So it's really an economy-proof business as well. So that's what made it exciting for me. And the fact that the products were so amazing was really just a bonus. I absolutely love them. And I did have some terrible skin issues before I started using Arbonne. So it's what makes it so easy for me to talk about them, because I've had such an amazing experience with them. So why Arbonne and why now? So basically we are sitting in some massive trends right now. So network marketing is the second fastest growing industry worldwide. We're also in the health and wellness industry, which is again an ever expanding market. So it makes it more simple to run the business because it is all internet based. And also think about social media and things that the way that people communicate now, whether it be Instagram or Twitter. You have access to everybody that you've ever met in your life because of all of these, because of social media, and it does make the business that much easier to run. I personally, I use Facebook, and I also am using basically just my laptop or iPad and my phone. So I don't need a lot of stuff behind me to actually be able to run the business successfully. And right now, this is a recording, and I'm able to send that for people to listen to across the world whilst I sleep. So, it really is a business in a box, I suppose, is probably the easiest way to put it. So basically what happens, how's this business run? It's really simple. I just stopped buying my skincare products from the retail stores. I started buying my Arbonne products through my own online store. And then I started sharing with others how to do the same and then getting paid on that. So it is really, really simple. And so it's just basically showing others how to redirect their personal care spending and actually start getting paid for something that they were already spending money on elsewhere. So you can create a network marketing business not by knowing thousands of people. I started my business personally just with 3 other consultants. So, and now 2 years later, I've got over 100 consumers of Arbonne in my network simply by sharing the business with a few people who shared it with a few, who shared it with a few, and so on. So it's basically the power of duplication. So just to give you an example, if I was to work 10 hours a week on my business and I had 3 other people, direct consultants, doing the same, then my business would be technically working 40 hours per week with those 4 people working. So if all 3 of those consultants had 3 more people doing the exact same thing, that 10 hours a week, that would be 13 people in my network, including myself, working 10 hours a week. That would mean that I would then have 130 hours per week of work in my network, but I'd still only be doing my 10 hours a week. So it's just that ability of time leverage where you have lots of people doing a small amount to create something huge. So again, that's really exciting for me to know that I can spend 10 hours a week doing a job that I love, but I still know that there's other activity happening in my business. So we have a great compensation plan with 4 levels of management. Every single level takes a different time to get there. These are only averages. Some people do it quicker, some people do it slower. It just depends on how much time you choose to spend on your business. And lots of people may only want to reach a certain level. It really doesn't matter. Arbonne really can be a fit for anybody, no matter how small or big the vision might be. So a district manager, an average yearly income is about £2,000 a year. It might not be a life-changing income, but it certainly might be the income you need to buy your amazing products at a discount. The next level is area manager. This is what I was talking about before, where you can actually will your business. So if something was to happen to me, I can will my business to my husband or my children, and they will continue to receive the paychecks from my network that I have worked hard to get. So and that's just not for 1 generation deep; it's actually for 6 generations deep, which I think is amazing, and I haven't found another network marketing company that actually does that. So around about £11,000 a year, which really, that could be anything for anyone. It might be a really lovely holiday. It might be, a little bit of mortgage repayment. Who knows what it's going to be different for every single person. The next level is regional vice president. This level is known as the Mercedes-Benz level because Arbonne give you a cash bonus towards a lease that you take out on a Mercedes-Benz. So at this level, it's around about £46,000 a year. So that could mean you completely leaving a job that you really don't like, or pulling back on a job that you love, but you can work a little bit less to create time for the things that you love doing, whether it be spend time with family or travel or whatever it might be. So around about 22 months to get there. The next level is national vice president. So on average, it's about £200,000 a year, and this is really unlimited. So you can absolutely smash past that. It really, it's up to you and how much you want to work in your business. So about 32 months to get there. So I kind of looked at this when I saw it, and I thought, you know what, this is a 3 to 5 year plan for me, and for me to be able to possibly earn that kind of money in sort of 3 to 5 years is something that was never even conceivable in my last job, and I wasn't experienced enough in any job to be able to earn that kind of money. So to be able to actually earn that while still being there for my family as much as I needed to be was really, really appealing to me, and something that I'm really excited about. So Arbonne also, you can earn trips, you get jewelry and all sorts. Like they're a very giving company. Lots of gifts along the way, which is at all levels, which is really, really lovely. So where do you see yourself? You may think, look, this business definitely isn't for me, but you may say, look, I can help you out, and I can host an event, and all I would do would be a very similar presentation to this, just to a few friends, and it could be for somebody else, it could change somebody else's life. You can just say, look, I'd love to try the products and I'd love to enjoy the products, and you can become a client or a preferred client. You can earn a 20% discount, which is what I was for several years before I became a consultant. Or you can become a consultant like I am. It's just £54 to join. That gives you the 35% off of the retail price. There is that unlimited income potential that I just touched on before, the opportunity to earn the Mercedes-Benz cash bonus, and also personal growth and development, which, look, I was a little bit whatever when I first saw this presentation, but I really have changed a lot as a person. I was quite uptight and very, very stressed out prior to my Arbonne days, when I was working in a really stressful job, and unfortunately I was bringing that home to the family, and it wasn't great. Arbonne has changed that, and we are definitely all, everything's calmer because You know, I don't have a really, really stressful job, and I think I'll be forever grateful for Arbonne. You know, for that alone, it's just a huge change. So Arbonne recognised that you do need to obviously start using the products and also have some products so that you can share it with other people. So we've got some great recommended business orders that I can show you if you choose to. I personally spent, you know, around about $1,500. So say six to £700. Basically becoming an Arbonne consumer, so getting rid of all my old products and replacing them with Arbonne, and also having some business tools there to share with other people who may want to try the products before they jump into the business, which is really important. So I just want to say thank you for listening. I usually finish by just asking a few questions that you need to, or I like for you to ask yourself. So if you were to continue doing the same thing that you're doing now, where would you be in 5 years, and would you be happy with where that's at? I know when I was asked that question, it actually depressed me a little bit because of how much I was like, imagine how much more I'm going to hate my job in 5 years. So, you know, that's something that I do like to ask people. And the other thing was, if your primary source of income was to stop tomorrow, how long would you survive on your savings? And yeah, my answer is really embarrassing. So it's something to think about. And yeah, I think just to have that plan B in action is something that's really comforting to me, knowing that I'm really providing for the financial security of our family. So I'd love to touch base with you now that you've listened to the presentation. And even if the business isn't for you, maybe for someone you know. So hopefully we can talk about that.